In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the MoodleNFC app that's been created for Android mobile phones or tablets. Now we need to make sure we've got NFC enabled on our phones. So we go through the settings menu to enable NFC or near field communications. And we need to make sure that we've got access, that we're currently connected to the local Wi-Fi network. So once we open the app, it tells us that we've got near field communication available. We need to log into Moodle like we would normally. Basically, this app presents a view of the web page without some of the... Basically, this app presents a view of the web page and allows us to log into things, but gives us a little bit extra functionality as well. So we'll choose our subject. In this case, it will be ELE to MDD, because we've created in this subject some marking rubrics that we can access through this app. So we choose Lab 8, that's the one that we've created for the moment. And in here, it shows us all the different marking rubrics, different tasks or criterion, and different competencies that's been achieved for each of those. When we actually want to mark students off, we go to View, Grade or Submissions. This will show us all the students and staff members in the particular subject. There's no students currently enrolled in this subject, so it's all staff members. And you'll notice that each of them's got their ID, in this case staff IDs, but for students, student ID numbers listed. And we could look up a staff member individually and choose to edit their particular marks. To do that, we click on the button here that's got a piece of paper and a pen on it, and it'll take us directly to them, and we can assign marks to them. Marks are simply assigned by clicking each of the boxes here relating to a particular competency. You remember from before, we need to fill all of them in. It doesn't allow us to finalize it and say save changes unless all of the different criterion are filled in. But that's a bit of an old-fashioned way of doing it, looking up people manually. These days what we can do, because we've got near-field communication in these devices, is grab a student card, in this case my staff card, and if we scan it, we simply scan it by putting it behind the phone. It takes us direct to the particular staff member, in this case, or students as we will do in the labs, to their record. And then from there we can click on there and edit their particular mark. Now this is particularly handy because we might have hundreds of students in a particular subject, and allows us to look them up really, really quickly. And then we save changes and all that goes directly back into Gradebook. Now unfortunately there's no list which correlates a particular student card with their student ID number. So that's something that we actually have to create ourselves. And the first time a student's card is scanned, we actually record their student number. And we build up a database that allows us to store all this information. So it only needs to be done once. So if a particular student isn't already registered with their student card, we simply register them by swiping their card. It asks us what their student number is, so we can put in a particular student number, or in this case I put in the staff number. So I saw one of the staff numbers was 48889. We select Done. That updates it to the website, and if we scan a different student card, or staff card for that matter, it'll take us to that one, and we'll scan that one that we just had to register, and it'll take us directly to that staff member. And then we can go through as before and edit their marks. So important things to remember: we need to be connected to the local Wi-Fi network, so that will allow us to connect to the server where all the student numbers are stored. We need to have NFC enabled on our phones, and using that and having set it up in Moodle, we can mark students off using NFC on the phones.